Okay, so as you know, at the end of this week you're going to be writing a story based on the Pearl Diver. And here's one of the images that I showed you today. It looks like a very, very bad storm. And in fact, we're calling it a shamal. So you could pause the video and you could think about some describing words, some description, maybe some feelings and thoughts that come into your head just as you're looking at the photo. You can press pause now. Right, I'm going to move on because I've created a plan. Now, tomorrow you're going to continue with your plan. You are going to improve your plan because I realize that many of you have decided to do your plan in different ways. However, here is an example of a plan that I probably would put together for a story based on a shamal. Okay, so I'm going to very, very quickly take you through it, but just remember what the purpose of a plan is. The purpose of a plan is to help you write your story. It's a structure. And I started off by using 2 lines. Okay, as you can see, I've kind of done it curvy because stories twist and turn with all sorts of happenings and things that go on. Now the 2 lines represent parts of the story. This one here is the main plot of the story, and this one here is kind of like a subplot, something that is happening at the same time but perhaps in a different place. And if you look here, they're kind of connected by this connective called meanwhile, something that's happening at the same time. So here's my story at the very bottom. I've got an introduction. My introduction, I am going to hook the reader, and I thought I would start off with this line. Standing alone on the island, I surveyed the wreckage of the sandbook. I cast my mind back to the events of hours ago. So in actual fact, I don't start at the very beginning of the story. I'm starting right at the end. And I'm hoping people would really like to know how did I get to be standing in all sorts of wreckage. Next paragraph, I'm going to describe the morning, saying goodbye to my mother, describing the weather as being nice and calm and fair. I'm going to describe some feelings of excitement, how I feel about going on this journey to do some pearl diving. My third paragraph, I'm going to explain about the first day's diving, the fact that I found many pearls, my feelings of being proud and my sense of achievement. And I'm going to use links between the work that I've already done on the Pearl Diver, because I know quite a bit about it now because we've done a lot of work in literacy. But number 4, 4th paragraph, this is where the problem arises. This is where I'm going to build up to the shamal. And I'm going to use a show don't tell. I'm going to use all my senses. And just when I get to the bit where I explain that it is a terrible, awful shamal, I'm going to use the connective meanwhile, because I'm going to start a very short paragraph where my mother, who is back on land, sees the storm and realizes that I, the character, am caught out in the sea. I'm going to explain her worries and maybe some other feelings as well. Okay, number 6, we're going to go back to me being on the boat, and this is where the action's going to happen. There might be some struggles to survive the storm. The Nakuda might be shouting for me to lash myself to a mast so that I don't fall into the water. But unfortunately, I'm going to hit my head, I'm going to fall unconscious, and that's where that paragraph ends. But I've said I wanted to remind myself that I need to add some verbs and adverbs into my plan. And along the way, I might put in a different colour things that I need to remember to do, such as I might in paragraph 3 put in where I'm going to use some dialogue, some speech, where I'm going to use examples of connectives. And up here, what I could do, if I just open this up, I'm going to choose 3 connectives I'm going to get in my story. I'm going to use however, consequently, and I don't know, although, because I want some sophisticated connectives into my work. Okay, just as a little reminder, I need to get those in. Okay. Okay, so remembering the purpose, your plan has got to help you really write the story in as much detail. So in your lesson tomorrow, you are going to improve your plan. You are going to really think clearly about how your story is going to progress. And that's just being a really, really, really good owl. Okay, so strategic planning. So good luck, guys. I hope this has been really useful for you. Off you go.